All right. Welcome back to Blue City Reviews. We appreciate your time, as always. I wanted to talk a little bit about the rhythm section from director Reed Morano. This stars Blake Lively, Sterling K. Brown, Jude Law, and Richard Brake even shows up for a little bit. Always good to see him. He always steals whatever scene he's in, as he did in The Mandalorian recently. This is from 2020, and in an era when everybody is truly and passionately seeking out strong female voices in cinema, I'm surprised that this went so overlooked and is so underappreciated and pretty much just got the middle finger from audiences. I mean, this is like one of the biggest bombs for a 3,000 theater release or something like that. I only know that because Wikipedia told me so, but I do know that this movie definitely didn't do well overall, even with critics who are giving Black Widow extremely positive reviews. Whatever. This is in that vein. This is in the vein of La Femme Nikita, its remake, Point of No Return from John Badham, Red Sparrow, Atomic Blonde, sort of. This is in that vein. And Black Widow as well, although that was more for a younger audience. This is more along the lines of The Brave One, right, with Jodie Foster. That was another good one. I got to rewatch that. But the rhythm section involves a young lady who lost her entire family in a plane crash, and she's turned to sex and drugs and self-destruction to sort of numb the pain. Now, an investigative journalist comes along and reveals to her that her family's deaths may not have been an accident, and in fact, they were murdered by terrorists. She gets involved with him, ends up fucking him over a tad, steals his notes, and attempts to seek her own revenge on these terrorists herself. And where this film deviates from other films of its kind is she's not very successful at first, like at all. She screws up quite badly, and in fact, an MI6 agent played by Jude Law, another great performance from Jude Law in one of many great performances from Jude Law. Goes without saying he's fantastic here. He has to step in and sort of reluctantly help her. Now, as I sort of hinted at, what I really like about this movie is I wouldn't call it realistic, but this is definitely a realistic take on the material. What would happen if a recovering drug addict really tried to whip herself into shape, learn how to defend herself, and become aggressive and track down professional terrorists? Now, that would not be easy. I mean, fighting in general is not easy. Everybody thinks they want to be the hero or will be the hero when their life is on the line. No. I speak from experience. Like, even the biggest, loudest men in a bar will run like little sniffling babies when their ass is on the line. So I like that the fight scenes in here, the struggles, the battles are a little sloppy. I like they're a little all over the place. It would be that way, and it adds another texture to this movie. Puts it a little level above something like many of the other films that I have mentioned. I got to talk about Blake Lively's performance here. It's off the charts, man. She's so good. And that's what makes her character not cliche. And I get the feeling that maybe a lot of these negative reviews are about the prostitution and the drugs, like in the first act. But honestly, man, when people go through tragedies like this, a lot of times the bottom falls out and they turn to self-destruction and drugs to sort of just put it all away. That's what happens. And it depends on the actress or actor portraying it to make it realistic. And Blake Lively does that, man. I mean, far more of a believable, reluctant sex worker than, say, Julia Roberts or Barbara Streisand. I mean, nothing against those people, obviously. Very talented ladies. But I'm just saying, I believed Blake Lively here. I believed she had been holed up in that prostitution, that den of prostitution for a long time. I believe she'd been strung out on hard drugs for a long time. And I think she worked hard on this role for a long time. I don't know what kind of training she had, or, you know, she probably had any trainer or trainers, plural, at her disposal. But she brought it here. Again, this is filmed by Reed Morano, who is an amazing cinematographer. And I'm not sure who photographed this for her, but the movie looks fantastic. I should have written that down. But the movie looks great. And a lot of times you feel like you're in the room with Blake Lively's character for these battles. The scene with Richard Brake is, it's how a fight scene would be, man. It's sloppy and disorganized, and everybody's just scrambling all over each other. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. This is a very solid action thriller. It's available on numerous streaming services. I highly recommend seeking it out if you like this sort of thing. Like if you like La Femme Nikita, or even The Brave One with Jodie Foster. Give this a look, because it did not deserve to bomb so badly. The Rhythm Section, 2020. Thanks once again for watching Blue City Reviews. Catch you on the flip side.